Hello and welcome to a quick guide on what is the Wizard's Vault. The Wizard's Vault was added with Secrets of the Obscure as a way to replace the old daily login rewards, and it does a mostly good job at it. You get slightly less rewards for logging in every day. You do end up with significantly more rewards if you log in and do a couple weeklies over a month's time. So I'll go ahead and show some of this off. It is located on your menu bar at the top, the one that looks like a triangle, or not the gear option, but the one that looks closest to it. In your settings window of that, you can change it from PvE to PvP to World vs. World. I keep my main account on PvE, and all of my alt accounts that don't own Secrets of the Obscure on PvP, and I'll show why that is in a second. If you change it, it will change for the next reset. So if daily, it'll change at the daily rollover. If it's weekly, it won't change until the weekly rollover, and then special will stay until this timer runs out, and they will add new ones every now and then. The biggest use of Wizard's Vault is for its astral rewards. You'll notice you do dailies, you get 10 per, you get 5 per logging in, and then from the daily chest you'll get 20. Weekly rewards, 50 apiece, and then you'll get 450, and then 10 laurels from the weekly chest. You can spend your astral points, which are shown up here, given by every task you do in the astral rewards section. Some of them are mostly for converting astral currency to gold. Some of it will give you account upgrades, which we can also factor in how much gold they're worth, like this build template expansion. There are some useless things. Hello, Lesser Essence of Gold and Obsidian Shards. Unless you're desperate for Obsidian Shards, I would never recommend this. And then they've started adding in some of the items from the old Black Lion chests, the Black Lion salvage kit. If you are not swimming in those, this is now the way to get them. Then every cycle they rotate in different skins. Last cycle we had an infusion, which made you very, very blue. Right now we have the cat tree chair. We have a boot skin, a glove skin, a leaf glider, a helmet skin, which I can't preview, and a selection of astrolabe weapons, which look similar to this. They're not bad. If you do not have lots of glowy things you prefer, or weapons that fit your character, those are actually not bad at all. But as the primary way to use this is to make money, we can look at the values of certain things. Mystic coins at 9 astral acclaim per work out to roughly 4 astral acclaim per gold with the current value of MCs. It's a little low right now because everyone just bought 60 on every account and the market's flooded. It will probably rise back to 2.5 gold per coin before too long. Laurels right now, we can go ahead and look at the value of those. You'll notice the light and medium crafting bags right now, more than a gold per laurel. Laurels cost 10. You can buy 150 of them. Works out to about 9 AA per gold. Tomes of Knowledge, which are also in here, are 8 AA per gold. And we can check the value of those by looking at spirit shards. If you don't need the levels, you can convert them 1 tome for 1 spirit shard. Ignore the item crafting. You're probably not going to actually see the 3 to 4 gold. You're probably not even going to see the 1 to 2 gold return. However, conversion of materials is easy enough to do, and you can make about a gold for leather and ore, or if you transmute tier 3 materials, you can make a little under a gold per. When you actually break it down and look at all of the things you can do with spirit shards from Tomes of Knowledge, and using Tomes of Knowledge as Tomes of Knowledge for 1 level, they work out to about the same as a Laurel does. It's about 9 AA per 1 gold. It may be better for you than that. These are, I know some people hate that these are in there. These are actually correctly costed just in terms of their total gold value, and they have slightly more use than just that gold value. We have bags of coins, the limited version for 6. That is 6 AA for 1 gold. That is the second best thing behind Mystic coins, unless we do the math on build template expansions. Those cost 350. They are worth roughly 180 gems. At the current value, that makes build template expansions about 5 Astral Acclaim for 1 gold equivalents. That will heavily change as these templates are on and not on sale, and as the gold and gem conversion rates differ. They're not a bad buy if you need the build templates. I have purchased them every time. I have a lot of builds running around. Unless you are max on every character you want to play, you probably get some use out of it, and it's not a way, even if you don't buy it straight off because you want other things and you want the glam, it is an overall better account boost once you get to the point where you're buying the non-limited bags of gold to trade what is effectively 10 gold for a build template expansion. Even if you don't think you're going to use it right away, stuff it in your bank. When it rolls around that you actually want to use it, you've traded 10 gold for it instead of the gold that goes into 180 gems. Next we have the weapon and armor boxes. The weapon box works out to about 15 Astral Acclaim per 1 gold. We can see, using efficiency, that the cost for something like a Yasith weapon, which is your Viper's affix, costs between 35 and 42, 43 gold to craft. It's 10 or 15 gold plus whatever currency if you buy it from the raid vendor, which would use raid currency. The strike vendor for the water-themed weapons would use Blue Prophet crystals, and I would not recommend, or Blue Prophet shards rather, I would not recommend doing that. Or there's other methods, but they have a similar cost, and crafting is one of the easiest ways to look at it because you can just throw gold at your problems. And if you're throwing gold at your problems, your weapons and armor costs a couple less gold per. You end up with roughly 15 AA per gold for the weapon chest, 12 AA per gold for the armor chest. If you still need ascended gear, don't bother with it if you don't. You might bother with it if you're buying them to break them into pieces. Say you're making legendary back piece and you need a bunch of the globs of dark matter and you don't have any. Or you suddenly want to make more legendary armor for glam and you haven't been raiding a whole bunch, you haven't been doing anything else that gets you lots of ascended armor, and you're like, where am I going to get it? You can get your ascended armor here. It's cheaper than crafting it if you were going to craft stuff to break down. Not the greatest use of your AA, maybe, but it is better than, in the end, turning it into 35 to 1. Black Lion Mastery coffers were great. They're not great anymore. They're random still, which, since they nerfed the value of them heavily, they should let you pick which coffers you want the mastery out of. You can open them and get none from a specific expansion, and then they are incredibly pointless overall. They should not have been nerfed to 10 silver. Obsidian shards, no. Build storage expansions, no. Just don't. Lesser Essence of Gold. It'll only take 8 years of playing 50 hours a week farming mobs for this to pay off. So, if you think the game will be around then, maybe, but probably not. Revive Orbs, I don't bother. Upgrade Extractors, a good value if you're not running full legendary armor and weapons. They'll get your runes out of there. Also, if you're running legendary runes, it doesn't matter. If running legendary sigils, it doesn't matter. If you're not, these are a good deal at 35. The legendary weapon chest, pretty straightforward. If you want to make money off of it, it's better than buying bags of coins. If you want to make specific legendaries to use, it's better than bags of coins. If you think you're ever going to be able to make Gen 1 legendaries, it's better than bags of coins, therefore you buy it. Heavy crafting bags. If you remember when we looked at the value of laurels, these were about 76 silver. Works out to 11A per 1 gold. On the lower end of value right now, probably will go up slightly in value, however, still better than bags of coins. Vision crystals, kind of pointless. Transmutation charges, you know if you need these or not. I know someone who is ecstatic to get their transmutation charges from Wizard's Vault, and I know people that look at them and go, what's the point? I haven't purchased them ever. I don't plan on it, but they're there. If you want them, you want them. Essence of Luck, this is a terrible value. An absolutely terrible value. And then large crafting bags to show how bad of a value this is. We can look back at efficiency. We know that large bags cost 40. They're worth 17 silver. That's 200 something AAs per 1 gold. Just don't. Just don't. This could be 4, and it would be better than bags of coins. If this were 10, it would not be better than bags of coins. To get it into the range of 35 AA per gold, it needs a lot of work. It needs to be somewhere between 9 or 10, maybe a little less once the obsidian armor craze dies off. The value of these have actually gone up slightly. But there's just so many ways to get tier 5 mats that tier 5 bags costing more than 1 gold straight up makes absolutely no sense and is just there to trap you. Don't fall for it. And legacy rewards. If you missed any cosmetics, including the infusion from the first season or the second season, they're in here. That was the Sanctified set, the Arcane Flow infusion, which is a great value for an infusion, especially one with the visual impact it has. You have a mount skin. You have 2 sets of weapon skins. You have the Bless emote, which I own, but I don't think I've ever used, because on my Asura I use Dab, her slash heroic, as it's the silliest thing ever. And it would help if showing the right part of my screen. So here's the current season. Legacy rewards shows the old stuff. It's grayed out. I can't show anything because I purchased it, so I will use an alt account to show that. This is an alt. It is set to PvP daily and weekly, because you can achieve the weeklies. You can achieve the dailies most of the time in one PvP match. I just logged him in for today. The weeklies, depending on how responsive the server is going to be, in custom arenas take 45 minutes to an hour of not paying attention, depending on the week. Defeat 30 players, complete 10, top scoreboard stat, win 5 games, earn 5 rewards, and then 1,000 PvP points. Those are usually in there. Sometimes the top scoreboard times 5 is replaced with complete a secondary objective, or both of those are replaced by in ranked or rated PvP win 3 games, and in ranked or rated PvP capture 3 capture points. And then there's always participate in 1 player versus player tournament match. Hopefully that's on the line for being removed, as they're removing some of the shit and or less used dailies and weeklies. This one bugs. You can join a match and it won't give you credit. There's a couple specific time slots that every week have refused to give credit, doing it every day at that time. It's why I hope this is gone. Specials, they'll show you available specials all the time, even if you don't have Secrets of the Obscure. So just, there are things in this tab you cannot do, even though they don't say this requires Secrets of the Obscure. They'll tell you what story chapter things are in. You may not have any clue what that is if you don't have the expansion for it, because you can't see it. It will be hidden. I don't have Secrets of the Obscure here. All I can see: Prologue, Duress, War Council. Can't see any of the other chapters in there, and they're chapters that you have to do to unlock them. So looking at the legacy rewards, you can't even preview them if you don't have the expansion, but you can see you can click on Bless. This account can buy it. I think that's the only thing I can buy on alts at this point, because I don't own Soto on any of them except the one I inherited. As you can see, bought coins, am currently spending on laurels. Next weekly reset should have all my accounts done, and then I will do a quick video on how alt accounts are still absolutely ridiculous. You can see bags and stuff I've been hoarding. There's some Mystic Coins getting ready to stuff in. Shards of Glory. Daily Essence of Lex. And that should cover the current status of Wizard's Vault. I will check you all later.